Hello, dear mommies. This is Dr. Swati, a doctor, a mom, and I'm back today addressing a very common motherhood concern increasing breast milk supply. Stop scrolling through YouTube and Google because this one video will tell you everything. Are there magical foods, secret hacks, scientific evidence, personal experience? Everything. Revealing the number one secret at the cost of losing you right after this point, because for most of you mommies, this is the only secret you need. Relax. If you're here watching this video, I understand your trepidation, the helplessness, the fear of failing. Stop. You are a great mom. Nothing, I mean nothing can change that. Did you know that most women make about 30% more milk than what is required for their baby? So your supply may not even be low. If your baby is wetting enough diapers and gaining weight as expected, you have nothing to worry about. Relax, because stress, anxiety, fear can all increase your cortisol, which will decrease your supply and prevent a good letdown. An in-detail video explaining how to trick your brain to increase your supply. We'll leave a link at the end. But now, let's take a deep breath and exhale all those milk supply worries. And let's go to point number 2. Breast milk is liquid gold. And you know what this liquid is made of? 90% water. So drink enough water. How much water is enough water? The studies say on an average about 128 ounces. So each ounce is 30 ml, and that means don't worry about the math. Our bodies are very smart. Oxytocin, the hormone that surges during your breastfeeding, affects your thirst cues also. It makes you feel more thirsty. So listen to your thirst and drink a glass of water every time you breastfeed. One good indicator of whether you're getting enough water is the color of your urine, which should be pale yellow and not dark yellow. But never ever restrict water intake. Point number 3, nutrition. The first advice that you will commonly hear from many people when you ask about increasing breast milk: eat garlic, drink jeera water, drink ajwain water, shatavari, methi. Which one of this is the real magic food? What does the scientific evidence say? There is no single magic food. But food can be your magic. See, you need 500 extra kilocalories for breast milk production. During pregnancy, your body prioritizes nourishing the growing baby over nourishing you. But it's not so during breastfeeding. Breast milk production is not the first priority of your body. In the phase of poor nutrition, the body just reduces breast milk in quantity as well as quality. So focus on your nutrition. I totally understand the pressure to get back to your pre-pregnancy weight, but severe calorie restriction is definitely not the way to go. You can focus on eating better than eating more. Coming to foods that are usually advised for an increase in breast milk. Yes, these foods do help increasing breast milk by different mechanisms. Take a screenshot, definitely include this in your diet. An easy way is to make or buy cookies or laddus out of a few of these ingredients. So it is much easier to grab a bite and you'll be good to go. Moreover, when you eat these lactation cookies or laddus, it could just be the nutritious calories from the ghee, nuts and coconut that is actually increasing your breast milk. So eat well. An interesting thing is some of these food increase your supply because of another magic mechanism, what I call the magic mantra of increasing breast milk. Feed, feed and feed. It's very natural to feel that let me wait for some more time before I feed, some more time for the breast to produce milk, so the baby will get more milk, right? Wrong. When it comes to breast milk production, our body is like Akshaya Patra. Our body does everything to meet the demand to the T. Every time the baby feeds, the feedback goes to the brain telling this much milk is emptied, and that amount of milk is replenished by the time of your next feed. The more you feed, the more you make. The more often you feed, the more faster you make. Don't skip any feed, especially don't skip the middle of the night feed, because breast milk production is at its peak a little after midnight. Feed even when your breasts don't feel full. In fact, that is when fat-rich hind milk reaches the baby. And your breasts are never actually empty. Remember? Akshaya Patra. So feed. And remember, I told you about a few foods like garlic. It changes the taste of the breast milk slightly, which makes the baby suck more, feed more. And that is how it increases your supply. So feed. But how can you keep feeding your baby if your baby is full or refusing feeds? That brings us to point number 5. Pump. Now that you know how breastfeeding works, the demand-supply meeting, I don't even have to explain to you how pumping works. It's just that the more you pump, the more you empty. More will be the demand, the more will be your supply. There are so many ways of pumping that will quickly increase your supply, all of which is another video altogether. I'll leave a link to it somewhere around here. But pumping can be your answer to increase your supply fast. Pumping can be your savior if you have latching issues. It was my savior. If you're giving a few formula feeds and want to replace that with breast milk, pump every time you give formula feed to create that demand. If you do not have a breast pump and do not want to spend on a pump, even hand expression can help you create this extra demand. In fact, it could even be more efficient in removing milk than a pump if done right. But what would you do with that milk if your baby is full? Some storing guidelines linked here. But do not, for the sake of God, look at how much you have expressed or pumped and feel discouraged, because that is not a measure of your supply. Coming to point number 6, sleep. Oh yes, I said that. I know it's something close to impossible, but resting is such an important but most neglected part of being a mom. Make some time, ditch your phone aside when your baby is sleeping, and sleep like your baby. Even small naps or stolen moments of rest can make a significant difference. Point number 7, skin to skin. Breastfeeding is a mind game. You just have to give enough stimulus to your brain to increase oxytocin that causes an increase in the supply and the letdown. And your baby is the best possible stimulus that you can give. So smell your baby, see your baby when she sleeps, when she smiles, cries. Hold your baby skin to skin. Kiss those tiny toes and chunky thighs. Let that love flow, and the breast milk will surely flow. Next time you feed, dress your baby down, remove all your baby's clothes, and let your skin touch your baby's skin. If your baby is in a neonatal care, if you have to express or pump milk for your baby, or you're working away from your baby, keep your baby's clothes with you, see their photos on phone, or just remember them, and that will help your letdown. If you've tried everything and still feel your supply is low, it's time to take a step back and reassess and optimize a few things. But before that, if your supply is really low, you may want to supplement with formula feeds. Have you been giving formula feeds to your baby? Guess what? It's absolutely okay. Yes, breast milk is the best, but a fed, happy baby is better than the best. Exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months is great. I exclusively breastfed my baby. I had to due to her cow milk allergy. But the constant stress if she was getting enough, the worry of excluding all allergens in my diet, and keeping the supply up, all this kept me so anxious at times. So mommies struggling with supply issues, feeling guilty about formula, listen up. Your goal is a happy, healthy baby. Stressing over this will only make it harder. Trust me, you'll find your rhythm. Whether it's exclusive breastfeeding or a mix of breast and formula, you are doing great. Coming back to reassessing and optimizing, check for latching issues. If your baby doesn't latch properly, your breast don't get the empty signal and the milk production slows down. If you've been giving feeds through bottle or using pacifiers or nipple guards, there may be a sort of confusion for the baby in latching onto the breast well. Avoid this, especially in the first few weeks of life. If you really have to give the expressed breast milk or formula through the bottle, then follow what is called as spaced feeding. If you have any problems with any of these that I've mentioned, you can leave a comment below and I'll make a video for you. Coming back, do you have any underlying medical conditions for having less supply, like thyroid disorders, diabetes, anxiety, PCOS? See your doctor so they can get those in control for you. Or have you been taking any medication that will cause low supply? Some cold medication, some hormonal contraceptives do cause low supply, so you can avoid it. What is your system when you feed? Are you comfortable in your chair? Are you covered enough? Because a feeling as small and simple as embarrassment can prevent a good letdown. So make a nice cozy corner for you and your baby to cuddle and feed. Massaging, preventing occlusion of breast tissue, hot fermentation, all of this will help. If you've done all of this and still feel your supply is not enough, remember you're not alone on this journey. Seek help. Seek help from lactation experts who can guide you. Speak to your doctor. The medical sciences have pushed boundaries to make lactation possible in men. Do you think they cannot help you? There is a village of support that awaits. You just have to reach out. Knowledge is power. Subscribe to our channel where we share this power. Comment or directly message your concern, any concern, and we will get back to you.